Oh, oh, okay, sure. Hey, people. I don't know what name should I use. I don't know. Whatever name I have. Sorry. It's been a long time. I don't know how long. A few months. It's when we was more than a few months at this point. A bunch of months, I guess. That's the next one. 2 days ago, I recorded a video in my garage, and I thought, hey, this is a nice video. I might as well just upload it, on YouTube, because I've been trying to make a YouTube video, like a monologue, like I used to sometimes do before. But every time there's something that was off, and I was like, I'm not gonna do it right. But the other day it was nice, and I was like, hey, okay, well, I'll upload it. I didn't. And then on the road to work today, I was like, hey, what if I recorded this again? Well, recorded one more, and since last time it went fine, why not try again, but this time with a different landscape, and maybe have less of a go on less tangents, I guess you could say. Because the thing is, I use in the video I went left and right like I usually do, but I also did, I don't know, like it was very unfocused to a point where it might have become annoying, but it was nice overall. I think it was nice. This is tobacco. What tobacco is it? Davidoff Flake Medallion. Coffee is just coffee I buy on the shelf of the supermarket. It's it's nice. It's like fucking, what's the brand? Malongo. That's the brand. Man, I'm not used to drinking from the bowl. Cause I forgot the cup, so. It's midday. We're the beginning of April 2023, and it's a nice, soft day. It's not a sunny day, absolutely not, but it's soft. It's been soft so far. It's been neat. It's been nice. It's a nice day. So, following my state of mind on Saturday, which upheld somewhat today morning, up until I was worried it might not up until noon, but it seems that we're still okay. So that's also why we're making the video now. Introduction's done. Yada yada. Let's talk about my favorite subject that I keep bringing up every time. My business. Fuck. So, first thing first. I throw this away when I'm done. Normally I already have a temper, but it's in the car. Oops. No, I think there's one in the whatever. So my business, forestry business, as you maybe can see. So I got this one isn't doing so well. So now I'm like, I'm wearing it like this. It works pretty well actually. So as long as it works, it's fine. Sadly, I think I'll have to get another one, which is annoying. The business itself, sorry, it's shit. It's shit. Don't make any money. The only time I actually make money is when my old boss calls me for if he needs help in the around where I live. Problem is, we're pretty far apart. So usually I come to work by cutting firewood. and it's not going well at all. I thought it would get better over time. But I've been doing this for well over a year and a half now, and I can tell you that it's not getting better. I mean, it is, right? How it is getting better is that I'm more comfortable with the chainsaw. It's an Echo 501 CX, I think. Great brand. I love that brand. As much as you can love a brand anyway. But yeah, it's a great brand. And yeah, so I'm more comfortable with that chainsaw. I have two of them. That's what I wanted, because I wanted something reliable and powerful enough. And that's pretty much what this one is. And you could also, they're pro repair, which is great. Seems that not many people like repairs these days, manufacturers anyway. So I got the tools I need to do my job. I got the sleight of hand that gets better and better. But it's not great. Because I hate it first. I hate it. I hate going to do this. Every time I need to go work, I have 100 kilometers on the road, which translates for the path I have to take to an hour and about 30 minutes. So an hour and a half, more or less. And it gets tiring quickly, and although the body might get used to it, I don't really want to get used to it in some ways, which may be strange, because you don't really want to get tired, You just want to be careful, work just enough. But the thing is, in this forest, it's 8 hectares, by the way. Well, less, because actually there's a whole part that's just regeneration. But yeah, let's say 5, right? 5, 6 between that. I took out all the chestnuts, most of it anyway. And yeah, it's there's just that there's most of the wood here is like small trees. Sometimes you get big enough trees that are fine, because you can stack them up and it's fine. But the thing, what I'm trying to say is, sorry, it's not profitable. Like, the risk to effort, or yeah, of course, risk and effort to relative to the reward is very low. It is very, very low. Not in the way that, oh, you do nothing so you get nothing. So you do a lot but you get nothing. And you also have to be smart in how you do it, because you can't just go, oh, I'm gonna cut the tree, because if you do that, the tree is going to crush you and you're gonna die. So you have to be very careful. Look at the tree, how it is, what's around it. Take a fucking path to escape, which you normally you should take every time. But when it's small trees, I can do it. Yeah, just push it and it's okay, fine. But sometimes, yeah. So yeah, you do have to be careful, even in small trees, because the branches, if they crack, if the top of the tree cracks, if there's branches that are into the branches, okay, sure, branches into branches, if it falls Well, there's people that die like this, and that's how most people die. Actually, it's not a tree that crushes them; it's a branch that fucks them up big time. So either they get to be hospitalized, or they die. So I'm trying to avoid both. Yeah. Which most days is successful, but even if you're very careful about what you do, well, it happened to me 1, 2 or 3 times, I think. But one time that was actually one time was very much not my fault. I took all the security, everything, you know. I did everything like, okay, I'm gonna be very careful, like I usually do. And I look up at the head of the trees because that's where the branches fall. And as I look up, and I'm in diagonal, I'm behind the tree a few meters away. There's a branch that fucking knock my nose up, like almost crushes it. Did like give me a bad bleed, but. And when I say bad, I don't like using good or bad. These words I really don't like. But like it made my nose bleed, right, for a while, and I had to stop for a while because I was like, oh, shit, what's going on? Did I tell that story? I can't remember. Maybe I did. Well, maybe I did. But anyway, there's another one when I nearly got decapitated by a tree that was, in pressure, like highly pressured. That was my fault, though. That was very much my fault. I'm very lucky to not have been closer to the tree when it started to, because it could have. Maybe, I don't know if it could have decapitated me, but it would have killed me, for sure. That shit was so fucking fast. It's so fast, and then you have a heavy wind, noise, and you have like, I don't know, it's not pressure, right? But you have like the wind that, the shockwave, right? But these are very few and far between. The problem is they still happen. Like the other day, I think it was last week actually. I was, no, it was 2 weeks ago. Sorry. I was like fucking going backwards as a tree was falling, and there was a branch that was on that tree. I didn't see it. It's kind of where you have to pay attention, and it was like it fucking my helmet. It kind of stunned me for a second, but yeah, it wasn't like terrible. It was just like it's probably the softest hit you can get, but yeah, it still stuns you. It's like okay, it's fucked, man. Man, I can't fucking drink from the bowl like this. I apologize, it's not very pretty to look at. But I want to drink the coffee. So I'm drinking it. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. The accidents, they really make you think twice, and you're very careful about what you do. It's especially scary when you come back home. Because again, I have an hour and a half to drive back home, and you know how it is when you're tired and you're on the wheel. Well, it happened to me once. I did make a video about this. That was a short one. It happened before the elections in my country last year. Around the same period as now. I don't remember if it was in April or May, but whatever. And so, yeah, I went back home. I was super fucking tired. Like I've worked. It kind of reminded me of pushing myself to the limit of the military. But here, instead of going back to your sleeping quarters, you have to drive back home, and I had like, I don't know, 45-50 minutes to go back home. So right at the last 2 kilometers or something, right before the last turn, I fall asleep at the wheel. So the car is it's probably like an iron brick at this point, I would imagine. I have my old car. Wasn't supposed to happen like that, but yeah, it is what happens. I'm not gonna say the usual saying, but it did happen. Yeah. And I only have myself to blame, so yeah. Shouldn't have worked that fucking hard. Especially when it's fucking, you don't get paid fucking for shit, man. So since that day too, I'm much more worried about what I do, how I approach things, and it gets scary, man. I mean, even life overall, I have to say, lately I've been feeling that way. It gets scary just living, and it's like, I don't know. I'm starting to have these moments which I didn't have before. Maybe that comes with age, I would assume. Maybe that's why some people have midlife crises. I don't really know why it happens exactly, but you start to hear the ticking of your death coming closer. You're like, oh, I'm starting to understand that my time is finite. Because you can hear your time is finite and everything. Okay, sure. And you're told, hey, it's a little scary, you gotta do something, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. Okay, whatever, fuck you, you're not me, shut the fuck up, right? The usual. But you don't understand what it means. Because there's a difference between knowing and understanding. And these existential things, they're very, very difficult to understand, I think. And I also really like to delve into them, but this one, yeah, I don't know, it's just moments. Like yesterday, yesterday I had it for a bit, and it's like in the at the bottom of your guts, a little sense of being uncomfortable, and it's strange. It's strange. And you start to think about some hazy concepts of time, and something is going to happen eventually, and I'm starting to understand it. Well, you know what it is. It's death, but you never know when. That's the thing. You assume that it will happen, I don't know, when you're old as fuck. Or in my case, I would assume that it happens when my body stops functioning, or my mind. I'm not sure yet. Which one is worse? Probably losing one is pretty fucking terrible. So I don't know actually. How would you prefer? When would you prefer to die actually? Sorry, if you lose your mind or if you lose your autonomy over yourself, like physically, I mean, right? Because if you lose your mind, of course you're gonna lose autonomy over yourself. So there's that. But if you were to, that's it. If you were to lose autonomy over your own body, but mentally you were still here, what would you do, right? So I understand that there's some people that are born, or like it happens to them very early on, so they don't really understand how life is with a fully functioning, healthy body. But when you've lived, how old am I? 26. Okay. So when you have lived over 25 years, or I guess you can even say before, like if you've lived over 20 years in a fully able body, if you were to lose it the next day, I don't know if I could do it, man. I don't know. Life is already complicated enough as it is, and some days I just don't want to. I just don't want to deal with it, you know. I go do things. Okay, sure. I hide most of the time. I hide. That's true. To go back on thinking that starting to have to be scared of living. That's just part of it. But yeah, so I hide from living. Like Schopenhauer would tell you actually, to avoid pain and to avoid pleasure. You avoid both so that you can live without pain, you know? I don't know. It's weird to practice what he says, what he preaches. I'm not sure if I do it correctly, but I have to say I don't really like it. I don't really like it. I don't really engage in anything that would be highly pleasurable, or pleasurable moderately even. Just little things, you know, like coffee, tobacco, friends. Friends are more than little things, but they, you know, I have such a close circle of friends that I know I can trust them, and I will very much, most likely, still be friends with them 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, and so on, until we die, right? That's what I assume would happen, even if people change. When you make friends, like, past a certain age, a maturity age at the very least. So maturity age, I would say past, when does the brain stops forming? I don't remember, like 24, something like that. When you make your friends are that period, when your brain finally stops growing and forming, you know, so you're a full adult, more or less. I think around that time, there is a very low chance that your dear friends will not be dear anymore. You'll always have them. That's what I think. And that's what I hope, actually. Because I know a few people that but yeah, again, people change, so. But I trust them to be themselves, no matter what. And that's what I love about them, that they are trying. Some of them are trying. But one of them especially is himself, no matter what, and I find it. I have little tears in my eyes and a smile when I speak of them. But yeah, they're lovely people, man. I'm so glad to have them. Very thankful. They're just wonderful people. And you know, it helps to live. Having friends, I guess, even if we don't talk often. Yeah, I like them. I love them. You love friends like you love friends. I mean, it's so, you know, in this way, I guess I'm not really practicing what Schopenhauer would say, but again, I don't see this type of love to, you know, end up hurting me or hurting them, for that matter, in the long run. Because as long as you're dutiful in your duty as a friend, as long as you're honest, and as long as you are, well, yourself. So, but I think being yourself and being honest is more or less the same thing. So, but I prefer to say honest, because it implies more things. So yeah, as long as you're dutiful, as long as you're honest, and as long as you yeah, I mean, you both chose each other to be friends with one another, so I don't really see the big deal. I don't think there's much more to it than that. Just make memories with them, just, hey, how it's going, and you confide things. You know, like friends, like friends do. So I don't really see, I don't think it should go with the idea that this type of love is to be avoided, this type of pleasure, which is not really a pleasure as much as it is. I mean, shit, fine, it is somewhat pleasurable, I would say, at least that, to be interacting with your friends, because, you know, love in this form and in many forms, in all forms, really, love is a pleasurable emotion to have, right? So yes, in that sense, okay, I would not be avoiding pleasure. So I guess I'm not really practicing what Schopenhauer says, preached, because he's dead. But when the moments when you hide from everything and everyone, and I don't know, you stay between four walls and you do nothing. As much as it is somewhat comforting to be this way, because nothing happens, and nothingness is something I suppose you would have to get used to, considering, you know, death, and I don't believe in an afterlife. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, shit. How do I say this? Maybe it's spring that makes me say these things, because in winter I was not saying these things. So maybe it's spring, and now that the heat of spring is over, I'm getting the nice mood swings, nice the more pleasurable aspects of life that like bloom, like flowers, you know, beautiful little flowers that bloom again, and they're very, very enjoyable. I think anyone can agree to that. Sorry. What was I saying? I can't remember. Yeah, friends, you know, love, pleasure. Yeah. I don't remember. I'm sorry. It was just 5 seconds ago too. Damn. Vitamins. No, vitamin is like the thing that happens. Vitamin D. But the thing is, even in winter there was the sun and I was outside anyway, so that doesn't really count for me. I always have vitamin D's. These nuts. Sorry. Yeah. What? I don't know. I guess I'll move on. Okay. Sorry about that. I'll move on. When you do nothing, you have the sense of dread that creeps up on you anyway, and I think it's because just human nature and the human condition. Maybe that's the better word to it about it. Word to use. Sorry. Condition. It's fucking annoying to be human. It's very annoying because you have your ideas and everything, right? Okay, well, I'm gonna say something. I reached my ideals. I am who I wanted to be. I am where I want to be, and I'm doing what I wanted to do. And I got what I want. But except like, I have a mic, but I don't have the hardware to use the mic. So I don't have that. It's like $150 or something. But yeah, I don't have that. I should have bought that like a while back. Because I want to try to sing a bit in my songs. So yeah, besides that, I got pretty much what I want. And it's not much. And that's very much my ideal is to be satisfied with little. I have more than little too. So it's easier to be satisfied, I guess. But even money issues, they don't really bother me too much because I have a safety net. So, but even once you reach your ideals, okay, you're at the top of your hill. thinking for a while the sun is here, always here, and you smile at the birds chirping. Well, you always smile at the birds chirping, let's be honest. But it's like, at some point you still want to do something, to move forward, or whatever that means. I don't fucking know what that means. Moving forward, okay, what? It's like growing as a person. What does it mean? I don't know. But it's never your values actually that you grow towards. It's the value of other people. So, okay, buddy. So yeah, growing as a person is a trap. When you hear someone say that, it's a fucking trap. Don't believe it. Just grow towards the values that you have, if you have any. Because I know some people don't really, and okay, whatever, but you know, don't come talk to me then. All that to say, yeah, you have to keep, you can't just not move. You have to keep doing something. It's fucking annoying. Why can't you just sit still and be zen-like, right? I know meditation's why it's a thing that you have to, maybe that's why you actually have to be focused on it. It's like the thing you do all the time, because if you don't focus on it, if you don't have that goal of, what the fuck is that? Attaining nirvana? Something like that. But if you don't have that goal, then what's the point of doing it? I think that's annoying. That's the thing, is you always need a goal to strive towards. A goal that fits you too, because if I told, the goal I used to have was, I'm gonna make 2,000 euros a month doing this work, but then I don't even make 1,000 euros a month most times. So you just throw away the goal and you change, because attaining that goal is actually a lot more taxing to you than it ideally would have been. But you know, that's just the reality of things, and discovering who you are and what the world is, and all these things. So yeah, hate being human because of this thing, especially. Because if it was just, I don't know, well, actually there's nothing else to it, it's just that, it's just, what did I write once? I'm gonna quote myself, I know that's fucking cringe, but that's only because I remember this one. That's pretty much the only thing I remember from what I wrote. That was years ago, but I think I still believe, so that's why I'm saying it, is the world of man is ultimately a world of suffering, because it will always wants more and never less. I think it's something along those lines. So I've people that want to disagree with this, a friend especially, but I still haven't heard back of a disagreement to it, because as much as we all hate it, I hate to admit it, it's true, isn't it? I think it's true. I always want more. The world of man, I mean, right? As human beings, you have some people that can do without, but most are not like that, and I'm not like that. And I'm different in many ways. And you know, the path to being different is quite challenging, but then again, so is the path of being the same. Sorry. So there's not really a difference here, besides being different, I guess. That's not really a point to make then. Just that even a different person would want more than they have in some ways. Because, and that's circling back to the point earlier, we always need to move forward. And once we got something, we enjoy it for a little while and we move on. was a line I really enjoy. Was, why must we live and live, and the world gets left behind? I'm not gonna talk about AI. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I guess we could talk about, I don't know, what do you think about not belief, not duty, but fulfillment, right? I'm not fulfilled in my job, I tell you that. I'm not. Even if you have to think, it's not the type of thinking I like doing. You know, how do I survive? Every time. Ooh, I do love thinking that every 10 minutes. Fucking nice. Holy shit, man. Yeah, nah, I'm fed up with that. I mean, fuck, I don't know, man. You're born into this world that's comfortable enough for you not to worry about surviving, and yet you pick a job where you have to think about survival every fucking minute. Ugh. So, yeah, not fulfilling. I plant trees, by the way. I just don't cut them. I also plant them, but I fucking hate planting them. It's fucking boring as shit, man. Holy fuck. I don't know, between planting trees and being on the conveyor belt, I think I would choose to plant trees, but the difference is pretty small, honestly. One, you're outside. That's pretty much it. It's more physical, but yeah, that's fucking... Sorry. I don't know, I don't like it. I don't like plantations. Fulfillment. Big question, big thing that's happening now actually because of AI. The rise of AI. Fascinating thing. And nobody thought it would happen so soon, but hey, here we are, so. I trust that you keep up with the news every week. It's always a big thing, it's crazy. And now that Pandora's box is open, why do you find fulfillment again? And art is interesting. But I think it's beautiful actually to use AI. The more I think about it, the more I like the idea of using AI as a tool, as an assistant in some ways. For art, I mean. Or art, whatever that means really. For creation, rather, right? Because it's like the culmination of most living souls into one synthetic being. It's not a being, but collection of data, I guess. Whatever. And it's quite interesting. I think it's interesting. But that said, I personally do not use it for writing my stories, my texts, and I do not use it to make any music. So I've been thinking about using it to make music, but I don't know what I would do, because I already use a few tools that are more or less automated. But you still have to prepare, to input, to prepare the sandbox, so to say. Really have to fill up the parameters. It's not hey, what do you think about, hey, can you do this, and I mean, it's not an AI. But I guess what I'm trying to say is I already use tools to make music, and you know, some tools I would not be able to make the types of music I make. Especially what's the fucking name? Sorry. What's the name? Ambient, right. I was thinking about abstractions, but it's not fucking abstractions. Ambient, there you go. So use a specific tool. But yeah, I don't really see, just AI as tool seems fine to me. I don't know how it would play up with fulfillment, because I don't really understand what fulfillment really means. I will be honest. I guess in my family we feel fulfilled when we help others. It seems to be a running theme for most of the family. Like they always end up of service towards someone else. I don't know. It's not really my thing. When I find some form of satisfaction, or when I get to help someone, when they get to smile thanks to my actions or something, but it's so quickly gone. It's just, yeah, it's like a duty, right? It's a duty to help them. But that duty, I don't think it fulfills me. Because you gotta help them, you gotta do something for them because it is your duty, because you gave your word. But I would not necessarily go out of my way to, for example, have a career in healthcare or something, right? It's not my thing. So like you're dutiful towards your friends, you're dutiful somewhat towards your family. I'm starting little by little to understand what family really means. Took me a while. Still it's gonna take me a while. I know. It is worth. I guess it's because you don't choose your family, but then I realized I'm extremely lucky to have the one I have. So I have to be grateful, because not being grateful is being a little shit. And I don't want to be a little shit. So yeah. I don't really know all that to say, because I'm going on some weird tangents here and there right now. So yeah, fulfillment, I don't know what it means. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I ought to go back to work soon. I'll cut the video. I'll finish smoking this because I have another pipe in the car, but just for the drive back home. And I'll finish cutting the trees that have failed and pile it up. Fuck. Fucking hate that. Oh shit, man. Well, you gotta make a little money. Right? Because if you don't make any money, you're fucked. And as much as I'm already fucked, even if I went to do well, mentally I just can't keep up. Besides going a few days a week, because the first month or 2 months I would go 3-4 times a week. Now I go 1 or 2 times a week because I can't fucking deal with this shit. Oh my goodness, I hate this. But yeah, alright, that's what I need to do. Find something else. But again, well, not again, but when I started this business, someone asked, is this truly what you want to do? Because it's a harsh environment and everything. I said, yeah, well, I've been doing this already for a year, right? Learning, doing this like half. And if this doesn't work out, I have no idea what to do. So it has to work out. And it's not working out. I mean, I don't know. Can have many side things. Okay, this is great, having side things, but first, I don't really need to finance them because my side little things, I don't really have. I don't spend that much money at all. I don't know, but like, wouldn't you want to work that brings you some form of joy? I don't know, there's hope in work and joy in leisure. Let's start off with a song. Great little instrumental song. Yeah. Hope in work, joy in leisure. But this doesn't bring me hope. This brings me dread every time I do it. There's no hope in here. The only hope is the people that will get the firewood, they leave it for them. The guy that sells the firewood is gonna make some money. Not much either. And that's it. And okay, well, the people that get the wood will have a nice warm winter or 2 or 3. You have to do it again then. I'm supposed to do that. Yeah. It's yeah. I also, I don't know. I have to find find something. Find something. I don't know what. I've been seeing a career counselor. I've contacted the clinic because I think there's something wrong with my head. I think I have a personality disorder, like schizoid personality disorder. I don't know if it really is, but when I look at all the symptoms, I pretty much fit all of them. I fit all of them, actually. So I want to know, right? Am I just fucking stupid, or is there really something off? Because I already went to clinic like half a year, right? Clinical depression. And I had a diagnosis afterwards, before I left. I was at risk of psychosis. So, psychosis is broad, it's such a broad term, but, something might happen as a high risk of psychosis. So I wonder if that's how I ended up. This psychosis just didn't really happen, or it manifested as a personality disorder. I don't know. I think it would make sense given how my trajectory and how I am now. But I gotta know, man. I think I want to know, because then I could ask for a more accurate guidance, right? So I'm hoping this is it, because then I kind of know what I should do, who I should ask for some help, because I don't know, man. This kind of stuff, like work and everything, fuck, I wish I didn't have to do it. I wish I could just leave off and, I don't know, work out every day, like I used to do for half a year at some point. Just waiting for something, for a thing to start, right? That was nice. I was really living alone and everything. I don't know, but this, fuck, I mean, work also brings you things you wouldn't have otherwise. So there's that, right? You can't just create art. You can't do that. You need, I think you have to have experiences, and I want to have them, so I can experience life more wholly. That's it. There's a red light here. So yeah, I mean, you're born into this world. No one asks to be born into this world, but if you don't want to end your life, which I think you have all the rights to choose to do so, if that's really what you want, and you can't bear anything anymore, it's not my place to tell anyone to keep living, right? Because when I see people say, "Oh no," to a stranger, a complete stranger, like, "Oh no, keep living. That's you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that." No. Like, I don't know them. I don't know them. Maybe you just, I don't know. In such a way that there's no way they can keep on living. I don't know them, so I'm not gonna go and say, "Hey, keep living." I don't know, man, because I don't think. I'm not gonna go much into details in this. But what I believe that once you have a life, you probably, I mean, your life is important to yourself, so you do what you want with it. But then the others, you can't assume anything. So treat every living thing properly, with dignity, and be respectful. And that's the duty you have towards life, I think. Other forms of life that interact with you, it is to be dutifully kind and compassionate towards them. Not necessarily compassionate, but empathize, rather. I think that would be the word. Empathize. Not sympathize, but empathize. I think it's important. And you can't really empathize with people if you don't have any experiences as well. So, to live life, you're forced to go forward. Again, keep moving forward. I hate that though. I hate that. I wish, fuck. It's annoying. I can't fucking stay on my hill and be happy there. No. Always have a little goal in mind, have a little something to do. Have a little, fuck. Whatever. Hey, at least today's nice. It's not that bad. It's not that terrible, rather. Life can be nice too. Even if, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you don't really want to keep going, but you might as well make the most of it, whatever the most means to you. Maybe the most to you means doing very little things. Just enjoy existing as simply as you can. You don't need to go into extremes like I did. Although I guess that if I didn't go into extremes all the time, I wouldn't find out that I actually prefer tranquility and simplicity. So I guess you do have to experience extremes anyway. Yeah. Okay, I should stop this video, dude, because I'm gonna try to edit it later, and rendering it. Whew, that's gonna take a long time. And plus, if I render it, there's a chance it crashes and crashes and crashes. You have to restart again. It's a pain. The people who edit, animators or video editors, the software is fucking garbage sometimes. Just crashes and you're like, gotta render again. Fuck. I mean, it's fine when it crashes and you're doing work because you gotta get into the habit of Control S to save. Save all the time. Because at some point it happened to you enough time to be like, crashes, lose hours of work. And oh shit, dude, I gotta save more often because this is unbearable. Anyway. I don't know where I'm going with this. If I go on another tangent, I'm gonna run out of memory on the phone. Okay, well, thanks for listening, and hope you're having a lovely day, or close to a lovely day anyway. And be somewhat absurd with your life. I think that would be my... I know you didn't ask for any advice, but I'll give one anyway, because I want to. And you're here listening, so I hope it doesn't bother you much. If I have to give one advice, is that if you're alive and you don't want to die, then despite being alive, despite not having asked to be alive, just live despite it, Live in suffering and pain, and find the hope that's always present beneath all these layers of red. There's always something, I think. And that's kind of what keeps me going personally. Just a little hope that maybe there's something. Maybe after everything is said and done, life can be beautiful, and maybe it's worth it. Maybe it's worth it. I don't know. So I hope to find that yes, in fact, life, it's worth it. I wouldn't wish life on anyone. So I don't want to bring existence into this world due to that, because I have my own beliefs on the value of life as worth it, but if you're alive, just go live despite being alive. Have this absurdist mindset. I think it's quite freeing, personally. Just do whatever. Just still, there's people around, there's life around, and they didn't ask to be alive either, but we'll make the most of what we can, if we're conscious about it, if we're clear about the fact that we're alive. Yeah, this existence can be less painful, and moments of joy, they're wonderful. And I guess people can be alright. I guess I've heard love is worth it. I don't know what kind of love, but there's some forms that I believe are worth it. Have friends, be thankful, be grateful, all these sorts of thing, I don't know, man. Yeah, sure. Fuck, love what you can, Love what you can. Be grateful. Be. That's it. Exist. Yeah, maybe spring is speaking through me. It's not winter. There's life that's blooming again. Sorry, but it's not gonna. Everything moves forward. Time is a scary thing. Maybe it's not life. Time is scary. Anyway. You all will have a lovely day.